my most requested video on my channel right now, and this is going to be a part 3 of making Pinterest and TikTok DIY trends. You guys have been on my channel for over a year now. You guys would know I did one of these videos last year and it did really well on my channel. You guys really liked it, so I ended up making a part 2, which also did really well on my channel. And so this is going to be a part 3 of this video. So I have a few new crafts in this video that I want to make that I've been seeing on TikTok, Pinterest, just kind of everywhere, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm definitely going to be making this a series on my channel. I think I pretty much established that with this 3rd episode, as you would say. If you guys like these types of videos, make sure to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe, and let's just get on into this video. The first DIY craft we're going to be doing is a crocheted bag. I've seen crocheted bucket hats, crocheted bags. I'm going to be making a tote bag actually, just because I really do like tote bags. I'm going to be using this tutorial right here. I'll put the link of her video in the description box. It's by Ali Nicole and she did a really good job explaining it. I have these 2 colored yarns right here. Each of these are 296 meters or 150 grams. And then I have a 6.5mm crochet tool. And then you also need one of these plastic needle things. This is obviously going to take me a couple days, so I'll be updating you guys. This is taking me so long. It is unbelievable how long I've spent on this, but this is what I have so far. I'm using a 6.5mm and she said to use a 3 or else the bag would turn out really big. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually just folding it in half like this and closing this up and then making the handle. That way I don't need to crochet like a whole other side after I'm done with this panel. But I'm gonna give you guys a little tutorial on the 1 row that I'm gonna do. As you can see, every single checkered row here has 2 separate rows. So you only work like this much at a time. I just finished the 2nd row of white over here. Now it's time to start the new blue row. This tutorial will kind of help on how to switch colors, but as you can see, I just finished the white row and now I'm going to chain 2 on the blue right here, right next to it. This is the stitch that was throwing me off in the video. I don't know what it's called. I do not crochet. So you're going to loop one over here, and then also make sure in the back here, this string is being like looped, because you're going to loop this under here and then pulling it through. You're like keeping this string in here secure now. You're going to finish off this stitch, cutting through the first 2 and chaining through the last 2 like that. You're gonna do like 4 of these stitches in every one. And then on the last one, as you can see, since we're like changing colors here, to change it back to white, on this last stitch, you're gonna loop it through with white. Now you should have something like this. And once again, keep this blue right here. You're gonna do your new stitch with the white and then do it through the blue. I'm gonna finish this row now and then I'll get back to you guys once I'm done. The last row here and I'm on white, and now I'm going to go back and do the same exact thing. I'm not switching the colors yet. As you can see, it's not as thick as like the squares below it. I still have to do another row, so we're just gonna flip the quilt thing over this way, and now you're gonna chain up 2 once again, but instead of using a different color like we did initially, you're just gonna start using the white again. And now we're gonna do the same exact stitch that we've been doing this whole time, which is putting one over and then going in the hoop hole next to it with the blue, making sure that the blue is in there and then pulling it through like this. And we're just gonna work our way back like this. I'm sorry I'm explaining this kind of like bad. This is my first time crocheting something. That's why I'm kind of just showing you guys on how to do that. And I'm currently watching my TV show as I'm doing this because this is very time consuming. I finished the last 2 rows and I basically have this. Second thing we're going to be making are funky DIY candles. I've seen many different types all over my For You page on TikTok. So I got the materials for that at Michael's. I first have the wax here. I also have this packet of scents. And then lastly, I got these wicks. So I went to my local thrift store and instead of spending a bunch of money on like new candle containers, I ended up thrifting a lot of little tiny glasses for like under $1. So I have this one right here, and then I have this one. I thought it would be really cute. I have like a basic kind of cup, and then I also thought it would be cute to get a mug. Let's get on into the kitchen and start making some homemade candles. I'm gonna let that whole block of wax melt, and then I'm also going to stir in the food coloring and fragrance. I have 4 different glasses here, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do 4 different colors and 4 different scents. Candle was very much the trial and error one. As you guys saw, the food coloring did not mix, which I'm very confused by because I read a lot of articles that you can use food coloring as long as it's gel food coloring because the liquid food coloring has water in it. But mine was gel food coloring and it shouldn't have any water in it. But I guess it still didn't blend as you all saw. I think it's okay though. It didn't really affect the candle much. It's just in there. And then I have like this DIY kind of contraption thing to keep the wick up. I just squeezed 2 markers together. This pour was definitely more of a fail. But here's what the candle looks like. This one is lavender scented. I still really like how they're turning out. They still smell amazing and I can't wait to light them in my room. Candles look like. This one is still mid-drying. But I'll get back to you guys towards the end of the video with the full-on overview. And I'll also light them towards the end of this video as well. But now on to the next craft. You guys have seen me do this before, but we're going to be doing the beaded jewelry. I feel like the trends for beaded jewelry are constantly switching in and out within the months. So there's definitely new trends coming in. So from Michael's, I did pick up all of these beads. And since this isn't my first time doing this, I do have a lot of beads as well. I also have these things from the last video I made. They are the clasps. I think I first want to do a bow necklace, and this is kind of what I'm going for, if you can see on my phone. And then I also want to try to do these like double chains right here within the beaded necklace, but this is going to be like my inspiration for right now. Here's the wire that I'm using. I use elastic as well, but I found out that the bead string wire is honestly the best, especially when you're working with super small beads, because some small beads can't fit. I was using this Stretch Magic stuff, but I highly recommend this stuff. I'm first going to make the bow, so I'm going to cut out as much string as I would need. I'm going to cut myself a little bit extra just in case if I do mess up, and then I'll also cut out enough for the necklace. This is making no sense, but I promise you it will tie in at the end. I'm gonna use these pearls right here from my previous video that I got. They look pretty much identical to the picture. Now I'm gonna set my first crimp. First, you're gonna want to put your crimp on the string, and then you're gonna thread it back into the same bead. It should look like this, and you don't want to push it up too much because you might actually lose your crimp and it'll fly off again. And then you're gonna get your pliers and actually press down on it. And then it should be pressed down just like this, and this wire should not be moving. When you slide in your first couple of beads, you're gonna want to tuck the second little stubby part into the beads, if that makes sense. I think we're gonna open up this pack right here and use the super small beads in this one. As you can see, now we have the middle piece of the bow just sitting in between 2 lines of the white pearls. And now I'm going to take the end of my string and then thread it back through the middle piece right here. As you can see, I have a lot of room on mine just because I made the thing really long. Make sure to only thread it through this bead too, not any of the other beads behind it. And then you're just going to pull. Now you should have something like this. And this is half of the bow. And now you're going to put on the same amount of beads as you did last time. And we're going to be making the second loop. Now, as you can see, I have like a 1 loop thing, and I put on more beads. And now you're going to take your end of the string and do the same exact thing, which is threading your wire back into that middle bead right there to create a loop. And now you should have something like this. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to thread on the last piece of it, and then we're going to crimp off the end of it just so it has a matching end, just like this one. I finished the bow, but now I'm gonna get onto the actual necklace. I'm just gonna double the amount of wire I need, and then I'm just gonna fold it over. So this is basically gonna be my 1 necklace cord. Then for every other bead patch, I'm going to thread through the different beads so they can kind of connect and look like this. I don't know if that's making any sense, but you guys will see in the tutorial. As you can see, I threaded through the necklace lock. So I'm gonna slide on a few of these small little beads. Here's what we're looking at right now. And now I'm gonna slide on one of these gold beads. So now we're gonna be working on like either side of the wire, and I'm gonna put these on one side and then some more chunky beads on the other side. Now that I have both strings like this, I'm now gonna thread this one into this last bead right here. And now your string is gonna be one again. This is what mine is looking like so far. And now I'm just gonna make multiple of these little like swoop things. And then I will catch you guys towards the end of the necklace once I close it off. I'm popping in here from the future to give you guys a little bit of an unboxing from Bauble Bar. You guys really seem to enjoy me making jewelry, and I wanted to show you one of my favorite brands recently of some really high quality, nice jewelry you can buy. I also have a code that I'll mention in a little bit. Here's what the box looks like, and I'm going to show you guys some of my favorite pieces that I ordered. Bauble Bar's jewelry comes packaged like this, but then they all come with their own individual pouches. I think this is such a cute addition. This is the Lane 18 karat gold necklace. I think this is so pretty. It's very dainty, and I've wanted more necklaces like this recently that I can layer up. Next up, I got the Mina ear cuff set, and the first one is like your basic golden ear cuff, which I think matches on the everyday kind of wear. The second one has some like really pretty crystals on it. You can stack both of them like in your ear. This ring I'm so excited about. I've seen these trendy rings recently where it has like the X. I think this is so pretty. Also, please ignore that I don't have any nails on right now. Then I also got this really pretty bracelet. It's like a chain, and it's also once again 18K gold plated. I feel like it's such like an everyday wear kind of thing. Lastly, I got this earring set where it has an ear cuff and then also like an ear hoop. So as you can see, you only need one piercing for this ear cuff, and I've definitely been seeing these types of earrings trend. So with that being said, if you guys want to buy anything on Bauble Bar's website, use my code Katelyn15. I would highly recommend trying out Bauble Bar if you haven't already. They have definitely been a new favorite of mine, and yeah, let's get back on into the video. It is a couple hours later, and I finally finished two necklaces. That first one was really time consuming. As you can see, it's got like the layers and everything like that. But then also quickly after, I did make another necklace. This one was a lot easier to do. Now I'm going to do some bracelets. I really want to use these beads. I got these at Michael's, and then I also really want to use these pearls. Is it a different day? Yes. I just really care about the lighting, and I'm now doing it on a different day. As you guys saw, I did two necklaces and one bracelet so far, but I really want to do these flower bracelets. And I actually did this in one of my other DIY videos, but I horribly explained it. So I want to try again, and then also just give you guys like an actual tutorial. So I'm first going to take the wire and make a crimp. And here we have the starting thing. After I had some type of tray, I'm just going to like pour this out on my desk and hope they don't go everywhere. Picture of how to make a flower bead. Definitely take a picture of this, or just go on my Pinterest board. I have one called jewelry, and it just has a bunch of like necklaces and bracelets and stuff like that. Especially if you want to make these crafts but don't know what type of beads to get or what type of color schemes to go for, I highly recommend checking out the boards I make. So you're first going to put the 4 purple beads on. You should have something like this right now, and then you're going to string in your middle bead on top of that, which for what I'm using is a white bead. And now it should look like this, where you just have your 5 beads on there. So now you're gonna take your string and you're threading it through here. Pull it through like this. So now I'm gonna put on 2 more purple beads. As you can see, you know what kind of bead to string it through. It's gonna be that top one right up here, and just pull until the whole thing comes together. And you should have a flower. And then now you're just gonna put on more and more beads, and then keep on doing this over and over again. Here's the finished bracelet. I put one of those clasp things on, and I think we're also done with all of the pieces I made in this video. And I'll get back to you guys when I do the overview portion of this video where I talk through all the pieces, but now we're gonna be going to the next craft. I'm now gonna be making the last craft in this video, which is gonna be a clay jewelry dish. And I have some Sculpt air dry clay right here. I got this at Michael's. This is what the package looks like. And what we're gonna be making is a jewelry plate, like stand thing. I'm having some TikToks and pictures, and it's been almost a year where I've seen this trend consistently. My goal with this one is just to simply make a heart dish. Maybe I do need something to roll this out with. I'm gonna just use like one of these markers on my desk. Honestly, that's a pretty good heart right there. This is what we're starting out with. I think now I'm gonna roll out this extra clay right here into like a long strip and then put it around. The heart dish. I think now I'm gonna do like a basic circle one with like some type of flower in it. I think that that would be really cute. It is a little bit later and here are the two dishes. Here's the heart one and then here's the circle one with the little flower in it. But there's no set time, so I'll just get back to you guys once they're all dry and then we will continue this later. Time for the overview of this video and for me to just talk about all the crafts that we did. First thing, we did the bag. Now, I did not finish this bag in time for the video. I just have the base of it right now, but it's not sewn together yet and I still have to do the strap for it. It's just gonna take a while. Honestly, super time-consuming thing, but I highly recommend you guys try crocheting and it's super cheap too. Like to buy all the supplies, you only need this and just the little hook thing. And I love how this turned out so far. I really can't wait to finish this. Next up, we did the candles. They all smell really, really good. I think my all-time favorite though is this little mug that I thrifted. I think it's such a cute little candle. Although if you are on the younger side, I would highly recommend having like a parent or guardian watch you as you do this because it can be really dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. Oh my god, this is crazy. I just lit like every single one of them. I think it's also cheaper to make them compared to going to Bath & Body Works and spending like $25 on a candle. Next up, we had all of the beaded jewelry. First off, I made this little flower bracelet. I think it's so dainty and just perfect for summer. And then we have like this whole double chain thing going on or something like that. I just think this is the prettiest thing ever. And then also, the bow wasn't that hard to make. I'm really impressed that I just basically learned how to make this off of a photo, like a screenshot off of a TikTok video. And hopefully this can give you some inspiration if you wanted to make a necklace like this. I don't know if you guys have been seeing these ones on TikTok, but I definitely have. Next up, I made a really simple one. I made this little pink chain with these white pearls in the middle. I think this is just gonna be really good to match with really anything. And then next up, I made another bracelet. This one's not like the flower one. The flower one's a wired one, but this one's just elastic. This is all of the beaded jewelry I made in this video. If I cannot stress this enough, highly recommend doing it. It's definitely time consuming, but not as much as the crochet stuff, so I don't know. I just think that this would be cute as like a hangout idea. And then lastly, we have the jewelry dishes. This one's like a super hot pink. My sculpting job was not the best. I kind of like the vibe of them not being like perfect jewelry dishes. I mean, I literally handmade this myself out of thin air with clay, which I think is just kind of cool that you can say you made it like completely from scratch. And then I also did this one, this little green dish. A little bit wonky, but it's okay. And then I did like a little daisy flower in the middle. I thought that that would be kind of cute. I've seen it where people sculpt things and put it in the middle to hold rings, which I thought was really cool, but I didn't have the patience to do that, so I just put a little decor flower in there. Like, I still think that's really, really cute to have on your desk. Those are all of the crafts and DIYs I made in this video. Hopefully it gave you guys inspiration on what to do when you're bored. If you want to see the first two videos I did for more ideas, it will be in the description box or in the eye right now. And also subscribe to my channel if you want to. I'll definitely be making more videos like this and just for other fun content you want to see from me. Make sure to also follow me on Instagram. I'm trying to get a little bit more active on there. And then also, if you made it up to this point of the video, comment down below this secret emoji. I like to see who's watching up to the end of my videos. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's definitely my most requested video for a long time. And I'll see you guys all in my next one. Bye!